Hello class, my name is Brittany Colley and today I would like to discuss why I believe a company or corporation can be charged with reckless homicide. First of all, I would like to start off by saying I personally do believe a company or corporation can be charged with reckless homicide, especially when they continue to produce a product that can be proven deadly, do nothing to fix the issue for fear of losing financial gain. I based my information on an article I read titled Pinto Madness that was written by Mark Dowie in 1977. The article discusses the issues with the Ford Pinto that was produced in the 1960s. First of all, Ford wanted to produce a subcompact car that would be more economical for its consumers. Volkswagen and a few of the other manufacturers already had a subcompact car on the market, so Ford felt that it needed to make its stamp in the market as well. The number one issue is that the Ford Pinto was rushed from blueprint to production. At that time, it typically took about 40 months for a company to get the blueprints from a car, the machinery and tools needed to produce the car, to production. However, Ford ended up producing the Pinto in 25 months. To me, that's a severe red flag because you obviously haven't thought out all the details of the car. Clearly, something could go somewhere to prevent safety issues and defects. Ford did do crash testing on the Pinto. In fact, they tested 11 cars at 30 miles per hour. When those 11 cars were hit from behind, 9 of the 11 exploded from a faulty fuel tank. Only 2 cars made it unscathed. To me, that says, hey, there's an issue with the fuel tank. Maybe somebody should be looking to fix that. And in fact, Ford knew that that was the issue from the crashes. However, they did not want to spend money on an $11 plastic bladder that could go inside the car to prevent exploding. Total, it would have cost about $25, but Ford didn't want to fix the machinery they already had in place that produced the car, as well as purchase the $11 piece. They felt that if they made the car any more expensive, that the consumer would not want to purchase the car. First of all, who cares about safety? At that time, safety wasn't a big deal and there weren't many regulations in place, so Ford could get away with producing a car that would catch on fire. In fact, they got away with it for 8 years. Immediately when the Pinto was released, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration immediately knew that there was an issue with the Pinto. However, back at that time, there were no required recalls. So therefore, they had to battle Ford back and forth for a total of 8 years before Ford would be forced to fix the issue. But it took 8 years because what would happen is they would go to Ford and say, hey, it's the fuel tank. And Ford would go, oh, no, it's because people are drinking and driving more, or there aren't speed limits in this area, or speeds are higher here and here. And basically we're blaming it on consumer driving and the consumer to try to avoid from having to fix the issue. In fact, Ford put a price tag on your life of $200,000. So they felt that you were only worth that, and they would rather pay that than be forced to recall and fix current issues. Turns out in the end, Ford was forced to fix the issue, and it only cost them $1. Yeah, that's right. $1 plastic baffle piece on the fuel tank stopped the fuel tanks from exploding. Unfortunately, by the time they were forced to fix this, several people had died horrendous deaths. The saddest article I read was on the Ulrich sisters. They were hit from behind at 15 miles per hour. Witnesses say they were completely fine after the impact, but the fuel tank exploded, killing the sisters immediately, and witnesses could not get to them, so they watched them die a horrific death. The fortunate thing about that wreck is that a lawsuit did come against the Ford company. It's Indiana versus Ford. However, the Ford company did win, but the benefit of this was now that a company or corporation could be held and could be charged with reckless homicide, whereas before no one felt brave enough to battle a company. Nowadays, we have plenty of safety regulations. I'm sure it still happens, but it doesn't happen as frequently. I hope you've enjoyed this topic. It's something a little bit different, and I hope it let you think about things a little. Have a good day.